Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Safer here. Today we're gonna have a very short, relaxing video talking about the new nerfs for Hearthstone. Well, not only nerfs, some adjustments as well. As the new patch is currently live, few cards were changed. Personally, I really like some of the changes and I don't have a strong opinion about some others, as I have not seen many of the decks that use them, so I cannot be 100% certain about my comments, but I will give my peace of mind and what I think of each. Let's look at the first change. Blind Eye Sharpshooter. It was a 1/5 3 mana card. Now it's a 1/3, so -2 health for this card. I have actually seen this card play today, actually, when I played some ladder games, and it's a pretty strong card. And I think that this change makes a lot of sense because, funnily enough, I was facing this card with my new mecha rogue that I'm making right now, and I will present it in the other video. And that deck, except some strong minions and magnetize and stuff like that, doesn't really run any removal cards except the serrated daggers, whatever it's called, the 2 mana deal 3. So you could not kill this card with that spell. Now you can. So from the standpoint of me having that matchup, and generally there is plenty of cards that deal 3 damage to minions currently. So I think this is a very good and healthy change. A card with such a strong effect and small cost should be able to be cleared by an equal value clear spell of around 2 to 4 mana. So generally speaking, good change in my opinion. Next one, for Paladin, Order in the Court. That one is a very strong card because if you played, well, no matter what archetype of Paladin you played, you were guaranteed to draw technically your best card in your deck every time. You would first reorder the deck and then draw a card, which would always be your highest cost card. Now it's just a little bit slower. Instead of you getting it instantly by playing this card, you're gonna get it on your next turn, or if you have another card, draw card. Which makes sense. I think this is also a very healthy change. The card was already pretty strong. Now I'd say it's more balanced, makes a little bit more sense. Always a bigger Jormonger. I have not seen this card in play, though I do suspect, and by my memory I think, that this is something used on the Cleave Hunter deck, I'm pretty sure. It used to cost 1 mana, now it costs 2 mana. It makes sense. Give a minion 2 attack and any excess damage dealt hits the hero. Like, imagine having a 1 mana play where the enemy has a taunt and you buff one of your very strong cards to hit the taunt, kill it and deal excess damage to the face as well for just 1 mana. I mean, 2 mana is still pretty low. Like, I don't think the power of the card changed too much, because if you have a way to use like a big card to attack, I don't think it makes much difference this being 1 or 2 mana, because you're definitely gonna have spare some mana in the very late rounds to use this on a strong card. But it just makes overall more sense that it's 2 mana. 2 mana, 2 damage, and a good effect. I like this change as well. Now, a legendary card change. Defense Attorney Nathanos. He lost 1 attack power, was a 5/4, now it's a 4/4. Plus added functionality. Discover a friendly death rattle minion that died this game, gain its death rattle and then trigger it. Does the dev comment say? In this patch we're updating the rules, we think this will work more. I personally have not seen this card in play at all. I bet if it's getting changed it has some functionality, as there are many good death rattle cards for Hunter. I don't have a strong opinion about this card because I have not seen it in any deck actively. However, I will say that when you play this legendary, to me it sounds like you're playing it for its effect and not really for its stats power. So it going from 5/4 to 4/4 should virtually have zero effect on how this card is being played. or used. In any case, last change. This one I was excited about because I'm currently working also to make an Excavation Warlock deck. I'm missing a few cards, but it's under progress. So, Azerite Snake. It used to be 6 mana, steals 10 from the enemy hero. Now it's 4 mana, steals 7. This sounds like a big nerf, but in my personal opinion, it's not that bad. I think people are overreacting a little bit, and I will explain why. You see here in the dev comments, it says that here at the end, it keeps the overall clock and cost about the same, but requiring 5 activations for lethal instead of the current 3. Well, most of the time, by the time you reach the point to play this card multiple times and keep spamming it with your other cards that bring it back to your hand, almost never, I mean, there are some cases, obviously, but almost never is your enemy at full health. Because you used to start doing this combo by turn 8. 8 to 10 is where you start spamming the combo with Azerite Snake. So the chances that you have not damaged your opponent at all by that point is very low. And assuming they're not running Renathal for 35 health, they're all gonna be anywhere between 20 and 28 health. So it definitely is not exactly 5 activations really, but more rather 4, unless it's a control warrior deck with excavation stuff where he gets a lot of armor. In any case, it doing 7 health but costing 4 mana, I think is a very good change, because it's not exactly a nerf, but it's not really a buff either. I think the card is way more fun to use right now, because now on turn 10 you can actually play this twice per turn. Like after turn 10, turn 10 you play it, 4 mana, you bring it back to your hand with a 2 mana card, you play it again to close the game on turn 10. Obviously you have definitely played this previous turns as well, as you can start doing this combo from turn 6 now. So turn 6, this, you bring it back. Turn 7, this, you bring it back. Turn 8, this, you bring it back. Etc, etc. And then you can do that twice during turn 10 because of the mana cost. So overall, I think this is probably the best change they could have done to it. Both reducing the amount of health it steals to make it a little bit more fair, but also reducing the mana cost to give this extra like boost to use the card double time on turn 10. And that is it pretty much for the changes. Generally speaking, pretty healthy changes. I like all of them. I don't have a strong opinion for Defense Attorney, however. And I think the game is gonna be in a little bit better state now. As I said, I am constructing the Excavate Warlock as well myself, and this change doesn't actually make me not wanna do it. It actually makes me wanna do it even more, because the card sounds more fair and also more fun to use now. In any case, please make sure if you liked the video to let me know about it in the comments and by also dropping a like. Also, please make sure to subscribe, because I can see that more than 80% of you that watch my videos do not actually subscribe. It would be a great boost for me, and it would make me very happy to see that I'm doing well and that you guys like my content if you subscribe. But in any case, I'll see you in another video tomorrow, where I'm gonna either do some more ladder games or perhaps showcase my new version of the Mecha Rogue, a new improved, more stable version than the last one I showcased. In any case, see you guys.